Hello. Hi. I'm gonna drink my solar plexus chakra tea until more people show up. I should probably mute this. Did I scare everyone away? Did I scare everyone away with my rants? If you're here, say hello. YouTube Premium. No, I really don't want YouTube Premium. Why do they do this? How are you doing? Hello, Brandon. How are you? I got my solar plexus chakra tea. I have been feeling really dry. Like like I'm constantly thirsty, drinking water, drinking water, drinking water. I don't know if this is some sort of I guess it just oh, Brielle. Yeah, I know. I think I scared people with my title. People read the war mentality and they're like, "No, no. No." Everybody got scared. They thought I was going to start yelling at them. What? I can't see. Oh my gosh, I'm like half blind. Hi! Who's here? Chad? Chad, Brielle, Brandon. How are you guys? How's it going? Haken Engman. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you for showing up. You guys always show up for me. You always show up. And I appreciate it. And I appreciate you. Just wanted to touch base and see how you're doing. How's it going? Anything happening? Like, there's a reason I did call it that title. I'm not gonna tell you that there isn't. I just want to know, hey Roberto, thanks for this video and other informative videos. Drinking water. I have been drinking a lot of espresso coffee. I've been reading a lot about the subconscious mind, the unconscious mind, the conscious mind, reprogramming your unconscious mind, and taking control of your reality. Hello, hello, hello. So I have been enjoying. I started reading books that were written around World War I that fall under. It's funny, the books I've been reading fall under the guise of spirituality, but it's a beautiful combination of spirituality, teaching you actual scientific prayer. Like, believe it or not, around World War I, this book was written by a prominent psychologist in his field who would use mantras or repetitive phrases during theta brainwave activity times, which is basically before bed or when you're nice and relaxing on the lounge, or lounging and you're not really engaging in thought and you're not stressed, so you're not in between things during your day, and you repeat specific affirmations. Let's say you want your health to improve. Okay, let's not go with health. Maybe you want money. You repeat significant affirmations that don't contradict with your subconscious mind and what you believe, especially if you've been manifesting nothing but lack in your reality. And the theta waves help. Literally, this has been found through studies. This is another book I'm reading, but it's funny how they merge the two books, the science and the spirit and the spiritual aspect. um, but during theta brainwave activity is when you can literally alter your subconscious mind, sorry, your non-conscious mind through your subconscious mind, because your non-conscious mind is operating and awake 24/7, including when you're asleep. So I've been running all kinds of mantras and affirmations, and I call them sleep tapes. They're like 7 to 8 hours long. I run them all night long to change how I see the world, my trauma response, this war mentality that I was born and raised in, which is the title of this video. I want to change it. I'm trying hard. I'm literally going into the wiring of what makes me me, or what made me who I thought I was. And I'm rewiring my brain. And I'm not going to tell you it's an easy process. It is a commitment. It literally is a commitment. It's like going on a diet or an exercise challenge, for 30 days. It's exactly the same. You have to find the time to do the work. You have to be willing to do the work. And on top of that, you have to have faith. Sorry, I just went on a really, really long rant about reprogramming your unconscious and your subconscious mind. Hello, greetings, greetings from Germany. So, yeah, I just wanted to touch base with everyone. I don't know if this is going to be a long live stream or not. We'll see how it goes. But, I just, like, are you guys seeing conflict in your immediate lives, or in your personal lives, or in your work lives, or are you seeing it the way some of us, I guess, are seeing it? It's been nothing but conflict and war mentality since the new year that I've been seeing, and I don't know why. I don't know why. This is not something that I tend to seek out. I don't seek out conflict, um, but I believe it has to do with the triggering that people like myself do to people. Rewiring your brain, surely longer than 30 days? No. Well, the process takes about 36. It's a 36-day cycle. It's a lifelong process. I'm not telling you it happens in 36 days. You rewire your brain with regards to a specific trauma, or a specific pattern, or a specific thought in 36 days. But after that, it needs to continue on, and you need to make sure that you're aware and you practice whatever this habit is or thought that you've rewired. And then you've tackled this issue in 36 days, you move on to the next issue, which is going to take another 36 days, and so on and so forth. Which is why I'm against the war mentality, because the war mentality is mostly projection. The war mentality is you refusing to acknowledge that there are problems. I like stories. We hold on to stories. You know what I mean? The person that's constantly trying to fight with you on social media, or on, in real life, or at work, this is a person who is trying to defend a story. Whether they're aware of what the story is or not, it doesn't matter. But this is why we seek out conflict. And you see conflict everywhere. You see it. I'm seeing it. Now, not necessarily in my own personal life, but it seems like plenty on social media, especially my own personal social media. People have really, really developed quite the nasty habit of dumping on you. Imagine someone in your home. Imagine someone visiting you. This is a friend that you extended an invite to, and felt safe and secure enough to invite them into your home. And they keep coming, and they stay in your home, and you're all buddies and friends. And then one day they see something in your home that they don't like, and they take it and they trash it, and they call you names. Or they see something that you have that is against their faith or their belief, and they turn against you. This is how I see the attacks that people have been enjoying doing to each other, to me, to others like me, to whomever, on Facebook and on Twitter. I don't know what the new era is going to look like after we are all gone, but I hope people look at social media and the monsters that it has created and fueled, and learn. and learn, really, really learn how, it's funny, like Twitter and Facebook and people posting on social media, forget about the anonymity aspect of it, but it's almost being utilized as an extension of your ego now. That's how I see it. Um, and people project. It's fascinating, absolutely fascinating to watch people mirror, like I mirror people's issues to them, especially women. I mirror their issues to them, and they start dumping on my Facebook page, you're this, you're that, and the other. And I'm like, I'm actually none of it. You don't even know me. But what might be happening is I am mirroring your patterns and your weaknesses and your triggers and your issues and your traumas back to you. And you don't want to deal with it. So you're crapping all over me. Whereas you should be working on yourself. That, oh my god, I can't see. Why can't I see today? Who's commenting? Willful ignorance to the respect of others. This is what enables the malignancy of sociopathic, yeah, violent, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I just, I don't know. I look at it now. It's difficult because I'm like, you're here, you're on my social media profile as a friend. Good Lord. Why do you disguise yourself as a friend? You should like immediately disclose so we can unfriend. Cuz you're not a friend. You know? Can you still see my? Yes, I can see you, Brandon. Thank you, hun. I can see you. It's not blocking you. It seems it starts blocking like halfway in. It starts doing that. But yeah, that's why I decided to call this post the war mentality. I'm seeing a lot of war, and it's not needed. It's really not needed. I don't know what to say. I keep saying, instead of firing back at people, whatever it is that's upsetting you, whatever emotion that is coming up for you when you look at a post on social media and get triggered, right there in that trigger, in that emotion, in that need to go and type all these ugly things that you probably chances would not never say to any human being face to face, especially if you were in their home. This is a chance for healing, guys. I don't know how to hammer this through. It's a chance to heal. It's a chance for you to free yourself from whatever story that you're holding on to that isn't you. It's not you. It's none of it is you. Fighting with another person over religion is not you. You're holding to a story. It's a story. A story. Just like I was holding on, oh, I was abducted. Yes, it happened. I was abducted. I was kidnapped. I was thrown in jail. I was sentenced to 80 lashes. I was disowned. All of it. But I know now that it's not my story. Whatever happened to you is not you. The trauma that you're holding on to and fighting with other people to defend is not your identity. It is not who you are. Just do the internal work, please. We're being given an opportunity here, an amazing opportunity. You've never had this number of conscious and aware human beings at the same time on the face of this planet. It's never happened. It's happening now. Why do you continue to attack? Why won't you listen? Anyway, it upsets me because it's a chance for them to heal and they're rejecting it. It's like they're throwing it back in your face, you know? Never think about those 80 public lashes, Iman. The losers and extremists that did that to you will forever be stuck in a third world mentality. Oh, I don't. Yeah, I know that. Ginger Ali, when you are engaging with another person online, you are creating a third personality. Well, I've stopped engaging. I don't know if you've seen me. Hi, TZ Burton. What happened to? Yeah, the I don't engage. It's funny. I rarely. I don't engage at all. The firing back and fighting with people, and the slinging mud back and forth. I'm so over that. So over it. So I just unfortunately feel sad whenever someone does that, because I don't want that energy in my home, which is my Facebook feed, even though I don't really spend a lot of time there, but I'm very energy sensitive. So I tend to unfriend these people because I'm an empath. I'm a highly sensitive person. I've always been as a child, and as such, people like even pain. When it comes to things like pain, I feel pain at a different scale than the normal human being, which is why people tend to think that some other people are melodramatic. We're not. We are hypersensitive. I've been actually this is was explained to me by a doctor that I was seeing. He said to me, "You are extremely sensitive, and what you feel pain, when you feel pain at somebody feels pain at 100%, you feel it at 400%." So there are people that are extremely sensitive to energy. Energy can literally make me sick. So to see something like this, and I'm the like people like me are we're I don't want to say messengers, but we are the pathway for healing for a lot of people, because we trigger and anger a lot of people. I don't know what to tell you. It is what it is, including my own family who has disowned me. If they had taken the time to understand what the problem is, um, I guess we wouldn't be where we're at, and I would maybe have a family. But yeah, people like me trigger people, and they trigger different aspects of people. I never know. I never know what's going to come at me from whom, because I trigger people. I walk outside and I trigger people. I don't have to do much, but conscious human beings do this. I don't want to toot my spiritual horn. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm superior. This is not an ego thing. People who shine the light trigger people. This is basic fact. Um, the other thing that I wanted to truly discuss today, I guess I can't really see. I don't know why. Narcissists have a deeply rooted desire to downplay their ignorance. It should be, yeah, 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 exactly. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. But social media, yeah, if you poke sticks at beasts, they will try to shut you down. I'm fine. You can shut me down all you want, but it's not me that needs to be shut down. It's the wound. It's the wound that is inside of you that is asking you to pay attention to it. And that's what upsets me. That's what truly upsets me, when people begin to react from a very low vibrational stance, or a very low vibrational point, and they completely misunderstand who I am. They completely misunderstand what I'm saying and what I'm doing. They are projecting things and stories and ideas that they know onto me. I don't really want to become too melodramatic, and every time I come on here, I complain about the people that are dumping on me on social media. I don't want to do that, because I'm so above that. What I am trying to say is people need to understand that we are given an opportunity right now to heal a lot of our wounds. People like me, and there's a lot, it's not just me, I'm not special. There's been many, many people who are more known, more effective, more popular, more rich than me, who carry the same message that I'm coming at people with. The only thing I find that is maybe blinding people a little bit with regards to me is I was a political activist before, and then there was this big hiccup during COVID where I disappeared for almost 3 years. And then I came back online and I was doing strange things and saying strange things. And people, and I look different and I sound different, and I talk different, and my goal is different. And yes, there is a fundraiser. The reason I do these live streams is because I am being sued and I am raising funds for a lawyer. So the fundraiser is in the description and it is also pinned in the comment section. Feel free to please like and share and subscribe, share, please. Thank you. But I can't really discuss the case, which is why I talk about this, that, and the other. Um, and now I completely forgot what I was talking about. There was plenty like me before me, there's going to be plenty after me. And the message remains the same. And I think I've said in the past that Jesus Christ was an enlightened human being who carried awareness and consciousness, which is why he was crucified. I also previously discussed in my live stream the people who are very angry at me and people like me who use tarot and they project hatred and they call us names that are supposed to bring us down, like supposed to be insulting to call me a witch who does witchcraft. But throughout history, you will find people who carry consciousness or raise awareness to have been lumped as something very dark and something very negative because we trigger the shadows, the wounds, the traumas, the patterns in people. And people don't want, for the most part, people want to live comfortably, holding on to their stories and to their wounds. And because their wounds protect them, you protect yourself with hatred. You protect yourself with judgment and shame. These are all methods that help you, the ego, protect itself. So you push, 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 so you don't look inside and deal with the ego, right? So we end up in trouble, basically, people like myself. That's, I'm very aware of that. You can call me every name under the sun. It can't be any worse than what I was subjected to in Saudi Arabia. Maybe it could be, I don't know. I've also been called a whore here in Canada by a bunch of people Canadian folk. So it doesn't matter to me. You can call whatever name. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. Calling people names, plastering ugliness online, or in reality, in real life, says a lot more about you than the person that you are plastering hatred and derogatory comments towards. The other thing I would like to point out is if you look at the laws of energy, the physics of energy, quantum, you will come to know that you are an energetic being. You function, every cell in your body, your thoughts, everything is energy. You are energy. When you put out constant negative, hate filled energy and momentum into the world, energy is neither created nor is it destroyed. Energy is never destroyed. Where do you think this energy is going to go? And what do you think the effects of it are going to be? And do you think that you are going to get away from those negative effects? Do you believe so? The other thing that is interesting that a lot of people don't know about is that part of the ways that the universe operates is, which is one of the many reasons that we are here. We are here because I can list them, but to ascend, source, or whatever you consider to be your soul or consciousness, is experiencing itself through all of us. All of us, which is why nobody's right and nobody's wrong, and it's just all a matter of perspective that we need to learn to accept and to understand. But, sorry guys, 1 second. We are narcissism. Get over it and offer a back heart smile type of smile. Yeah. No, that's fine. But we are also here to clear our karma. And I realize this goes a little bit above everyone's head or a lot of people's heads. But don't perpetuate the karmic cycle. One of the reasons a lot of, like you hear a person is an old soul. An old soul, I'm going to go a little bit woo woo, is someone who lived many thousands, tens, maybe hundreds of thousands of lives on this earth, and they've accumulated a lot of karma. And when you completely sort of clear it, clear your karma, you stop coming back. It's to at least to this planet that I know of. But we are here to clear our karmic cycles. Some of us are even here to clear ancestral um, or generational karmic cycles. Look at the world with the state of racism. And, I'm not going to say it's all negative, Black Lives Matter and whatnot, but it seems the issue of racism has been heightened, at least in this time period. There's a lot of awareness regarding it, and there seems to be a lot of things coming to light with regards to it. Also, the same with different reasons of genocide that happened, ethnic cleansing. All that sort of stuff is now you're finding it appearing in front of us for us to clear, clear, clear. We are here to clear a lot of this karma. So when you put out negative energy and you crap on this person and you shit on that person and you hate on this person and you go to war with this person and you make enemies with her, this is karma. This is gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to you in multiple shades and in multiple ways. Put out good energy. Do to other people what you want to be done to you. Remember, when you put out hatred, think how this hatred is gonna come back to you. What was it? Somebody today called me. What did they say? A cult member. A cult member because at some point they refused to accept it. Get over it. The most important discrimination is your cash. Anyhow, yeah, so I just wanted to bring that to light. Somebody called me a cult member because during the pandemic early on, before, I believe it was, no, actually it was when the vaccine mandates came out. Or not, I don't know. I actually really don't know if the mandates had come out at that point or not. But I had a medical exemption from wearing a face mask, so I couldn't really go anywhere to get the vaccine, and I had to travel. And I'm not against vaccines. I'm just not. I was okay with it. I didn't realize, I knew that it caused myocarditis in a specific age group. I did enough research and I felt okay to go get it because I really had to travel. So I went and I got it. And while I was trying to get it, I was trying to find a place where I didn't have to wear a face mask. So I called, I don't remember what number, it was a local number, and it was a bunch of nurses that would come to your home and administer the vaccine to you. So, because I was kind-hearted, and I didn't, we weren't at the stage where of knowledge, and in the pandemic that we are at now. This was really early on. I said if anybody needs a nurse to come to their home to give them their vaccine, this is the number to call. And holy crap, the world ended. The world ended on my social media page. I lost, I think, thousands of hundreds of followers. I was hated on so much. People accused me of being pushing the vaccine, pro mandates, that I joined the cult. And I've never come on here or anywhere and told you to go get vaccinated. I've never said this. And the other thing that I would like to make clear is that, number one, I was in a very unique situation and I couldn't get the vaccine. I didn't want it, but I had to get it, just like I don't know how many million other people had to, to do something or to go on with their lives or to function. You can't call all of us cult members. You can't do this. You can't. We're trying to unite after this shit show pandemic that we went through. Let's not, when people who don't want the vaccine, people who are against the vaccine, people who whatever, okay, when they got called racist, misogynists, and anti-vaxxers, and anti-science, and a fringe minority by the, I don't even know what he is, that is in Canada, this guy, Blackface Hitler, when they were called that, were they happy? I can't imagine they were. I'm sure a lot of people got offended and a lot of people got upset. So why do you then turn around and call people who received the vaccine cult members? Why do you do that? Why? How is that any different from what was done to you? And why are we perpetuating this energy? Why can't we just drop it? If they got vaccinated, so be it. If they did not get vaccinated, so be it. Leave it. Leave it already. Leave this judgment. Get over it. Like, we really have to move on from this hook. And it's funny, somebody was telling me today, there's like a woman profile of a woman that they like on Plenty of Fish, and she's here in the province that I'm in, and she says I'm really really open-minded, but I don't want to date anyone who's been vaccinated. Or, sorry, yes, I only want to date unvaccinated people. I'm like, well, there's some open-mindedness. There's I don't know how you can put those two words together. I don't, the a person's vaccine status doesn't even come to my mind. I don't even know what to say. How are you open minded when you're putting this level of restriction on your interactions with human beings? You're interfering in their medical choices and judging them based on it sexually, of all things. But yeah, calling people names based on anything, and lumping them, this collectivist behavior, this collectivist mentality of lumping people together based on one common thing that they have, that's not right. That's collectivism. That's very, very terrible and wrong and judgmental and bigoted. It's real bigotry. So no, I don't belong to a cult. I never push vaccine. I'm against mandates. Another thing that I do want to bring up, because I did post it on my Facebook at some point. Um, True. With someone, I just want their attractive, bubbly. Yeah, exactly. Um, anyhow, so the other thing was, at some point, now you have to understand, I grew up, and this is something else that I wanted to talk about. People like me, a lot, and then you guys now have a lot of immigrants in Canada. People like me, we lived in the third world, not in the first or developed world, okay? The lifestyle in the third world is very, very different from the lifestyle here. Where I come from, vaccines are very much needed and they are very much appreciated. And I'm just going to leave it at that. I also am a physician. People keep forgetting this. I'm not telling you I am pro mandates, and I'm not telling you that I would be anywhere willing to go anywhere near the medical industry right now because it has been completely corrupted. But beyond that, and outside of that, vaccines helped my part of the world. When I went to med school, we learned about mandatory vaccination for children. The term mandatory vaccination schedule does not mean to grab a child and force the vaccine onto them. It's a schedule given to children from birth until I believe they're teenagers. Mandatory or like this is something that has been agreed upon. Like there's been a consensus that these are the vaccines that should be delivered to children. But nobody holds children down, nobody forces them. There is no school anywhere that I know of that forces children to get any kind of vaccine. The term, just like the term theory in medicine has a completely different meaning than it does in normal language or everyday language. Mandated vaccines means a bunch of doctors got together and they agreed that these are the childhood vaccines. You want to go get them, go right ahead and get them. You don't want to get them, don't. So I'm a person, because I come from a part of the world where these illnesses kill children, they die. I've always been pro childhood vaccines that are mandated. But again, with the understanding that nothing is forced. Nothing in medicine. COVID was an extreme breach of ethics that fractured the medical industry. Before COVID era, the terminology was different. Mandates meant something completely different. And please do understand that people in different parts of the world depend on vaccines. They need vaccines. Vaccines historically have helped. What we are at now with big pharma and big tech and forcing people and the money grabs and the monopolies, that's new. And that's very, very different from anything that I've ever advocated or spoken for. I wanted to make this very, very clear because I don't belong to the COVID cult and I am not an anti vaxxer and I am not pro mandates. I am you do you and I do me. That's where I am with all of this. I hope the people on Facebook accusing me of this, that, on the other watch these live streams. I feel like I sit here and I talk in attempts to explain myself, explain how things have changed. I am no longer a political activist. I am a person who is focused on trying to get my ass not sued, get myself out of this this court case. I no longer believe in any kind of activism. I'm pro spiritual development. I'm pro personal development. I believe that I have been given an opportunity to help people heal and shine a light on their traumas and help them gain consciousness. This is exactly where I'm at now. That is it. That's what I wanted to come on here and rant about. Yes, the credibility in modern medicine has been demolished 100%, and it will take decades. It will take decades for the medical industry to regain the trust of the public. You have to understand the division that was caused by the politics of COVID ran across every aspect of our lives, every industry, every system, everything, down right to the family core. It has caused a divide. So don't think that doctors are not divided, because they are. Yeah. Yeah, so the lumping of people, it is never good. There's no anti-vax and pro-vax. There's a 1 million shades of gray in between these two groups. So lumping people together is the behavior that the communists and Islamists and, the people that we're against, they're the ones who lump people based on categories and, like stereotypes or whatever. Don't do it, guys. Just don't do it. Good rant. I feel better now. TZ Burton. Who did you rant with? Have a great time. Bye. Bye, Brandon. You're leaving? Oh my god, I've been talking for 39 minutes. Bye, Han. So that is it. That is it. Oh my god, the music. The music is like sad. But that's what I wanted to come on here and discuss with you guys. The war mentality that is everywhere right now, teaching people that it's very okay to admit someone's perhaps wrong. I don't know. People, the ego doesn't like knowing that it's wrong. That's a problem right now. A lot of people, and we live in a very, very egoic time in human history. It kind of reminds me of Marie Antoinette and those times and the egos, the hyperinflated egos of back then. It's fascinating to go through all of this. It really is. And I'm trying to always remain the observer. And that's what I would say, remain the observer. If you can take yourself out of your story, if you can take yourself out of the situation and just sort of look at it as someone who's not affected by it. I actually do this with my thoughts now. I look at a thought and I'm like, why are you here? What am I doing with you? And is it a good thought or a bad thought? And I'm like, I don't like you. I'm not going to engage with you. Your mind is your sanctuary. Don't allow thoughts to contaminate it and to take over you. You are not your thoughts. You are not your story. You are not your trauma. You are so much more. So much more. Such as when a short person, what? Gets stared down. So yeah, guys. 11 people here. 11, 11. 11 likes and 11 people here. 11, 11. Who's here? Anyone here seeing numbers? Numerology, 11, 11 and those numbers? It's not hard, TZ Burton. You should go subscribe to my Patreon, TZ Burton. I can help you, honey. It's easier than you think. It's easier than you think. I follow a process of a woman. I talk about her book in my Patreon, but she has a 5-step process. It is called the neurocycle, I believe. I keep a journey. I'm on a journal. I'm on day 9 now of 63 days of detoxing your mind, literally out. For me, right now, what I'm working on is the triggering. Every day is a different trigger with people and comments that I see online. To the point that I'm actually thinking I don't really need to go read people's comments on Twitter and Facebook, but it's good homework for me because it activates the trigger in me, and then I go do my journal, my neurocycle 5 steps, and it empowers you. It makes you feel in control, not a victim to your mind, not a victim to these thoughts. Not like, oh, I don't feel that anymore. Now I'm like, oh, I see you, you negative bastard. Now it becomes more, not a game, but it really does empower you. It really does empower you. You should look it up, TZ Burton, the neurocycle. Brielle, that's my number. 1111. Well, now it's 1212, Brielle. Now it's 1212, honey. Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. Well, what do you guys think? I did my little rant about the war mentality. I went on all kinds of angles. I went spiritual. I went woo woo. Did all kinds of things. Went a little bit sciencey on you. I don't do Twitter. Yeah, it's way different than if two people spoke across a table. Twitter is fascinating. Twitter is gonna go down in some, like, I think 100 years from now there's gonna be a history book called Twitter. With all the battles and wars and when Trump was removed, and I swear to God, history is being shaped as we're living it. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. But yeah, I'm gonna start wrapping it up, guys. I feel like I took a lot of your time, but as always, I'm very happy that you came and that you joined me. Please like, share, and subscribe. And remember my fundraiser. I am grateful to everyone who has donated, everyone who has supported, everyone who sends prayers. Please stay away from people who have the war mentality. Don't engage. Don't engage. Come to me in my Patreon. I will calm you right down with all kinds of meditation and drums and mantras and card readings. All right, guys. Any other questions or comments or anything? All right. I'm going to wrap it up. I love you all. And I hope you enjoyed my little rant and it wasn't too serious.